Ning, with a come along gesture angled your way. Mom turned to leave. The two of you followed the sidewalk around to the center of the street. From there, you stared up at the grand old building you were allowed to live in. It was yours and Mom's. After walking down the road into town, attending the school and visiting with the neighbors, this place was where you were returning to at the end of the long day. I don't know why I have problems reading that. A thought struck your heart as much as your brain. You are going to be seeing that view for a long time. No matter how unfamiliar each sight, sound, and person in Golden Grove was then, one day it was gonna be normal. That was exciting to picture. You could be like Hugh, someone who knew the ins and outs of everything, someone who actually had memories and bounds with the place they lived in, as if the world or your mom was trying to prove this would be a regular thing for you. Mom didn't pause breathlessly at the welcome mat like she had the first day before. She just took off. She just took out the same black spiral. Oh, really? Black spiral keychain. Looped her. Revised. She just took out the same black spiral keychain loop she's always used and picked one of the keys off it to unlock the door. Mom put that house Mom put that house key on the coil. Guess so. Then she went in, not doubting that you do the same. She did. I mean, you did. She hit the lights. For all your musing about normalities, for all your musing about normalness and regularity. When you glanced around the living room, it was a bit too familiar. You've been at school. You've been at school for hours, seen and done so much, while your mom was supposed to be here unpacking. So why did it look exactly the same? Almost exactly. The stuff you slept on had been put away. Still, there was the same mountain of boxes piled unevenly in a corner, the same sheets draped over the furniture. The dust you wiped down the night before was the only hint that you hadn't been transported back in time to when you first saw the place. Choices. You must have had other important things to do. That was weird. Oh well. Mom, you didn't do any unpacking. You laughed lightheartedly. Mom, you didn't unpack. You scowled. How come our stuff is still packed? You asked curiously. Okay, Mom, what were you doing this whole time? You questioned seriously. Um, what are we gonna do? Let's get started. Wow, Mom, you're really slow at this point. Not at this point. Mom, you're really slow at this, I guess. Let's just get excited and say it. Yes, bless. But you should know something before we do. Mm. A sing-songy cadence carried her leading words. It wasn't the living room I spent the afternoon making liffle, and since it wasn't that, can you guess what it is? My room? My room? Choices: the kitchen, the bathroom, your room, my room. Tell us, you cheered. Tell me, you cheered. I know I said we. Just say what it is, you huffed. You pointed towards the hall to the kitchen. You pointed towards the hall to the bathroom. You pointed towards her. Was it Mom's room? You pointed towards yourself. Was it your room? You shrugged at a loss. I'm gonna say my room. Or her room. You're half right. That's not what I had in mind. However, I'm thinking of something much better. All you'll need to do is just put put out your bedding. Make sure make sure I didn't miss any of your things and enjoy. Your room was there and waiting for you. Mom was the best. The amazement was clear on her face. Your mouth was wide open, after all. It made your mom grin widely. Go check it out. I'll be in my own new room. I've gotten a couple of hours of work into dressing that up, but it's not ready yet. Not ready quite yet. Mom's pair of cranberry eyes wandered around, taking in the current state of the first floor. Ideally, neither of us will have to sleep in the living room tonight. Okay, Mom. You and Mom kept walking together up the stairs. In the hall, your paths parted ways. Your room was the one closest to the stairs. The master bedroom was furthest away. The room in between those remained a mystery. You never lived in a house with extra space before. The apartments from before barely fit the two of you. Anything was possible now. Grasping the cool metal handle, you pressed down. The knob twisted until it pointed straight to the floor, and it was kind of stuck. You had to give the door a real push to get it free from the frame. Once it had gotten past the initial jam, it moved with ease. So you went stumbling into your room. What is this? Oh, it's the tutorial. I forgot this was a demo. Not really, but I forgot. Like, how much was in it? Hello, you're about to enter the room decorating screen. At the start of every step, except for step 4, you'll be able to add personal touches to your bedroom. The older you get, the more control you have over your space. As a kid, in step 1, you can choose between different beddings and some smaller possessions like toys and decorations. The furniture overall arrangement, wallpaper, and so on can't be altered in this step. To choose between options, you select one of the 4 areas, then choose the elements you want to have for that area. After that, go back and you can choose a different area to customize or in the decorating session. We hope you'll enjoy settling in and making the space your own. Nice. First thing first, bed. Okay, not bad. That's looking like my bed every day. To whatever fashion that is. That's nice. I'm sorry, what? Oh. Weird, no thanks. I don't have a bike, so I guess. Oh, it's actually turning nighttime right now. I can see it. Wow, this looks so cool. Are you telling me I'm taking too long? Currently that's looking like my actual bed. No. I guess. No, I'm not about them bracelets. I don't see the point in those. Just cool to remove them. We'd like to change the wallpaper though, so books for right now. Let's see, crayons, stuffed bird. Looking about right. Trunk area, stuffed giraffe. I currently have like 4 stuffings. Nah, I would like so. I'm not a little kid anymore, so that doesn't look like my room. I wish. But I guess I'll keep it there. I want to change the walls. Well, that's the only thing that's off-putting is the walls, but I forgot. This is like an old house. So, we're done. And done. Choices. Wow, your room was something any kid could be proud of. Not yet. It was wonderful. You were so happy it almost made you sad. Nope. That would do. You did the best you could with what you had. Basically, that's what every child I get been told about their moms or dads or single parents in general or guardians. Well, it wasn't great. The place had your favorite things. That it made it good no matter what. No. The room was alright. Maybe it'd grow on you. Maybe you'd hate it in a few days. It was completely terrible. Well, I first of all don't have a taste in rooms, so it's fine. That would do. I don't care. It had taken until nighttime to get your things just how you wanted them. No, it didn't. You stepped into a corner to admire your handiwork. I mean, I like it. From a certain standpoint, I do like these, though. Better than glass. I'm pretty sure glass is somewhere in there. But still. The floor space of the room was bigger than the last one. Than your last one. The ceiling was a lot lower, though. It sloped with the roof of the house, and the windows were angled towards that treetop and sky. To the treetop and sky. You never even seen a room shaped like that before. It was weird. And then there was a knock and a voice. The tilting roof caught the sounds and directed them straight down to your ears. Amatashi, can I come in? Yes. The handle jiggled and jerked. The door was resistant to Mom opening it too. She figured it out though and let herself in. Hello, dear. Not so discreetly, Mom surveyed your efforts at decorating. It looks great in here. You did a good job unpacking. I'm pretty much finished myself, but it's late. Let's take a break from that and chat. It's been a long day all around and back and forth. Sure, Mom. Okay, here it goes. We're still not entirely done even now. Your mom pulled her folded arms in even more and her mouth pinched too. We should talk about how things will be done once I'm back to work. I won't be able to drop you off or pick you up from school most days. I'm sorry. It does seem common for kids in the town to walk and ride bikes to class at least. Choices. You had a bike. You had a bike with training wheels. You owned a skateboard, not a bike. You had a scooter instead of a bike. You had roller skates. You weren't a bike rider. You didn't have anything you could ride. I guess it's gonna turn into a true fact that I got a helmet now. So it's now the question is, what do I want? Hmm. Let's just. I just thought about it. Like I said, let's make it into what it is. And I thought about it. If I wanted to get on a scooter, then that's fine too. But what would yeah, I just thought about Tamarack. Seeing like she just walks everywhere. So I'm pretty considerate in real life. So why I'm doing it in a game, I'm not sure. So and I've seen scooters. So I guess that's a thing. That was another thing Mom made to, extra sure got moved to the house along with your backpack. She would have known it could come in handy. It'll be up to you if you rather go on foot or use your scooter. I'm sure your scooter will work just as well as a bike. You got to see the way there, and you shouldn't ever be the only one on the path. You weren't scared to do stuff without her, but you like spending time with Mom. It would have been fun to go together at least sometimes. Well, she had to do her job. You just have different kinds of fun. Accepting the inevitable, you nodded. Alright, that's one. Alright, that's one matter attended to. Here's part two. What to do after you make it back from school. You'll be done with your class a good few hours before I'm off the clock. Miss Bowman and I were talking while you were outside with Tamarack. She offered to keep an eye on you when I'm away. She's retired and insisted it be no problem. That can mean you go to Tamarack's house for the afternoon, or it can be Miss Bowman popping in every now and then to check on you if you're playing at home or outside. Tamarack is already your friend, so it's not as if she'd mind you being around regularly. Mom held up one finger and kept on with the explanation. Of course, that's not the only choice. We got options. While I didn't get a chance to officially ask, I bet the Leans would be equally fine if you wanted to hang out at their place. They're good people. I know Mr. Lean decently well at this point. Plus, their son would certainly extend an invitation to visit whenever you wanted. He's sociable, and even I can see you're in with him. I can also look into the lessons and extracurricular being offered in town. You could do that some days instead of staying in the neighborhood. Maybe you want to take up an instrumental or learn how to dance, and I would be able to come get you from there when it was done. The hand finally came down. That must have been all the possibilities she could think of. Choices. I like those ideas. Okay. It all sounds fun to me. Sure, I can do stuff without you. After school just got way more exciting. You grinted to yourself. After school just got way more exciting. You grinted. There were worse things, you concluded. Your days just got way more difficult. You grimaced inwardly. Whatever, Mom. Ew. We don't do that. I didn't think you'd be around anyway. Ugh. That's way better than having nothing to do like before. Why do I need anybody to look after me? I am in the 5th grade now. Ugh. Not on my list of choice. We'll just say for the sake of saying it out loud. Look like I don't need to worry. Mom stopped squeezing herself as much then. Still, there's no reason to plan out the rest of our lives tonight. The two of us will figure it out. That was something you heard a lot. No matter what you went through, your mom never stopped believing you and her would manage. For a moment, she gazed past you, at nothing in particular. Sometimes it felt strange, remembering how you were actually there. when all the stuff you had to keep up with stopped and you could just think. Maybe your mom felt that too. She blinked and her eyes fell back on you. Mom smiled. But our neighbors are certainly nice, huh? All six of them. We had a lot of luck here. Luckily, oh, lucky. Lucky couldn't even describe the incredibleness of what moving here brought. No words were needed for her to understand your thoughts on it. Your face said enough. With a grin, Mom stuck her hands over her jeans. Now, if you don't mind me changing the subject to an entirely different matter, let me just say it's dinner time. As a reward for how much you've done, and because the loaf of bread is out of this point, and also because even if it wasn't, I do not want another sandwich. I'm taking the two of us out. I've heard that the local dinner is in what? Dinner is a gym. I've heard that the local dinner is a gym. Choices, thank you, Mom. Yes, woo! I hate boring dinner food. I don't wanna go there, you whine. Phew! I never wanted another sandwich again. Alright. You jumped around gleefully. Get excited. Then there's nothing else to discuss. Food it is. Choices. Wait, you had a huge realization. What about Q? Wait, you had a huge realization. What about Tamarack? Wait, you had a huge realization. What about Tamarack and Q? Agreed. You are definitely hungry. It's nice to consider them, but it's already like dinner time for them. So they're going to be spending it with their family. And though it's a nice gesture, I guess down the line we can consider that. If it pops up again. I'm not sure if they'll pop up again during the demo. So we're going to go out as mom and daughter. A dinner with your mom and you. It happened basically every single day of your life, but it could still be new and interesting. Mom smiled as you did. Let's get going. Put on your sweater. I'll get my scarf. It'll be chilly out there, and I'm starving. Same for you. Your stomach was huge. Your stomach was a huge empty pit. If you didn't eat soon, it might suck you in. You did everything you could think of doing before leaving as fast as you could do it. Then you were braving the unknown in search of sustenance. Okay. Oh, you were outside at night. That was not the same as walking around during daytime. Cool. The orange hue street lamps glowed like torches. The formerly orange trees turned in unnaturally purple, and the thermic expanse of the cul-de-sac could easily be a perfectly still, endless, deep lake. If you tripped, you could fall in and disappear forever. That kind of sounded like the start of a story. Ideas of what might happen on such a peerless adventure were already filling your head. But Mom wouldn't let you play in the dark. You shook off the daydream. Night dream? I guess. Or would a night dream be a normal dream? Good question. Either way, you focus on not being left behind. Mom let you out through the house gate and unlocked her car. You got right in. Rapidly, the car rolled into motion. Tree after tree, post after tree flew past. You couldn't see anything else. Unfortunately, Mom also wasn't sure what she was looking at. She had trouble figuring out exactly where the local dinner was. The radio had to stay off. This required the utmost focus. It was tense during the silent drive. You and Mom were on your own in the dark, in a town you'd never been before. trying to find a restaurant you also to never seen to be before. To before. Never seen before. Mom was patient, though. She never gave up. In the end, on the outskirts of Golden Grove, you found the place. It had to be right, because across the top was a massive lit up sign that said the dinner table. Dinner was in the name. Menu noted. Oh, Mom noticed that too. She would. She would. She wound the steering wheel to turn into the parking lot. A weary smile or a wry smile playing on her face. The dinner table, not the diner table. No, the diner table, not the dinner table. Someone didn't get an A on their spelling test. Choices, I like it. Mom, it's a joke, you giggled. Come on, Mom, it's obviously supposed to be a joke, you said, unimpressed. What a dumb name. It's great. Wow. The name is so stupid, you said flatly. I bet they got an F. You joke along with her. That's not the same. Joke gotta be outmatched. The name had you laughing. Oh, really? Yes. Huh, wow. It's memorable at least. Oh no. The car came to a stop under the glow of the building. There were no lamps in the parking lot, but that only made the area more noticeable. Light poured from front windows larger than you were. It was a beacons of hospitality deep in the forest and high on mountain. After unbuckling, you each went out. Mom led the way to the entrance. She held the door open and swept out her other hand as if to say after you. Autumn nights in Golden Grove had such a bite. You felt a comfortable shiver going from the outside of the diner to the inside. It was warm and toasty there, and even smelled warm. The inviting scent of hot food hit you first, with a swift of smoke underneath. You could picture the grill with charred steak and hamburgers sizzling. Yes. And there was coffee, too, which somehow always smelled burnt even though it was mostly liquid. Maybe that was why coffee was so dark. Someone found a way to overcook water and other people decided to drink it, including your mom, who never had a morning without it. Rubbing your stiff hands up and down your goosebump covered arm, you glanced around more. Who else decided to be there at the dinner table on a chilly Monday? A man in a truck had jabbing a knife into a thick cut of ham. Three sweater clad women, each with a mug. A man in a trucker had jabbing a knife into a thick cut of ham. Three sweater clad women, each with a mug in hand, and some teenagers huddled in a back booth and splitting a stack of pancakes. Mostly, though, it was nobody. Wow. 10 times more people could fit, maybe 20 times, so you had a clear view of the room. The diner table was full of different colors. You could list all greens, orange, blues, yellowish ones, but all of them were dark or faded, so it didn't feel colorful. Kind of like your classroom had grown-ups and gotten old and sleepy. Wow. Choices. You didn't mind that. Nothing could always be new, weird, awesome. It was hideous in a cool way. That was no gym. It was a dirt clump. Wow. It was exactly what you imagined when Mom said you be going to town dinner.